What's up, people? How are we doing on this fabulous Wednesday evening? Hope you've all enjoyed your Easter weekends. Hope you got lots of pairings going on, lots of eggs dropping, lots of ovulations. So let me just get the comments up, see who we've got inside the building. Jan Royals, evening. How you doing, mate? I am having a good day. So if it's your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a podcast, because you wouldn't want to do that, would you? So stickers have been going off. Plenty of people requesting stickers. If anyone wants some stickers, please hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, and I'll get some stickers sent out to you. Also, putting it out there for everyone, who would you like to see on the podcast? I've got a lot of people lined up, but I just want to put it out there and see who you watch this. So, who do you want to see on the podcast? I know everyone would want Justin and whatnot. I've got his personal number, but he's quite busy at the minute, he said. So hopefully soon get Justin on. Okay. Anyway, who else we got? Evening, Stu. How you doing? Bear with me one sec, people. So also in the comments, if you've got any eggs dropped, let us know what pairings you've got going. I'll give you a shout out. Never know if it's good enough. Only joking. So let's get things kicked off. Hang on. WD6 evening. How's it going, mate? Love the new racks. So yeah, let's get things kicked off. Let's get Andy from Road Constrictors on. Hello, mate.
Good evening.
We are live. How you doing?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Yeah, very, very good. Very good. So, just quickly, whereabouts are you based?
Hertfordshire, Cheshunt.
Okay. Hertfordshire.
You know that? Just outside North London.
Yeah. So, like, what, Watford way?
Not too far from there. Probably near Enfield, about an hour up from Scotland.
Okay. All right. I see.
That's right.
I mean,
just a little bit on the outskirts.
I suppose the accent gives it away a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I've got plenty of accents for you. The boys are waiting for that.
So, Frank's in the building. Tell him to shut the blinds, apparently. Yes, WD6 says you're near him.
Yeah, not too far.
Okay.
Not too far from Aaron.
Wicked. So, how's life? How's the clutches going? Have you got anything in the incubator yet, or?
Yeah, I've got 3 clutches in there at the moment. Got a few females ovulating. Everything's going, to be fair. A few people I've spoke to are having a bit of a funny season so far, but I seem to be doing all right. Can't complain. So pairings are going all right, and the females are showing good signs, so it's all good. Just
when did you
game like everyone else?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I say it's the worst part, but then I mean, if you get the worst part for like when you're waiting to see signs, then you get the worst part for waiting for her to lay. Then you get the worst part of, is she going to lay decent size clutch, a healthy clutch? Then they're in the incubator. Are they going to incubate okay? We put ourselves through a lot of stress.
Or you speak to other mates that are breeders and they're going, yeah, I've got some in the incubator. You're like, why haven't I got none? What am I doing wrong? What's happening to my females? So, yeah, we all wind each other up, don't we?
Yeah. Evening. Toby's in the building. Good. So what did you say? You got 3 in the incubator already?
Yeah, 3 clutches in there, and I've got a few females that have ovulated. I'm obviously just waiting for them to drop in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm still pairing, so see how it goes. I've paired about 20, 26, 28 females.
Okay. When do you start pairing?
End of November.
And that's quite.
Oh, sorry,
compared to
no,
what
it's a lie. Beginning of November, I'm lying to you.
beginning of November. I was going to say, compared to other people, that's quite late, but early November.
Yeah.
So
obviously, I've had females that have laid last season. I'm waiting for them to obviously have their rest period, and I've had a few that I've obviously had to wait to start pairing a little bit later. But November.
Do you start all the time, or that start November, or does it depend on the weather and
No, to be fair, I mean, new females I'll start straight away. Females obviously laid before, until they start giving me signs, I won't start introducing any males. And I think it's pointless, to be fair. So, but the new females, from what I'm only 2 years in. This is my 2nd season, so I'm still learning.
Okay.
Speaking to a lot of other fellow breeders, and I'm learning on my feet as I'm going. So, but from what I can make out, and until obviously the females are going into 2nd season of laying, until I start seeing these signs, I won't pair it. I won't put male in with them.
Right. Okay. No. Okay. So it's your 2nd season. Let's go back. How did you get started in all this?
From my youngest son, believe it or not, he wanted to go to Donny. We went to Donny. I was starting out breeding dark frogs, believe it or not. So I had a group of 5. I went to go and buy some more, and when we was there, I saw obviously all the royals. I was walking around, and I was just amazed by all the different morphs, genes. Obviously saw various breeders, spoke to a few of them, and I just come away from them. It just got my mind going. I was just amazed what if you put a certain gene with a certain gene, what you could produce. Just snowballed from there, really.
Right. Okay. Well, what year was this?
Jesus, that would have been 2019, 2020. 2000,
really? Wow.
I think I started my collection.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you actually buy anything from Doncaster when you went?
No, not that time. I've given both my sons all my money, so they come home and bought animals.
Right. Okay.
I started buying from local breeders first of all.
Right.
And then met certain breeders along the way, and obviously met them at Donny on various other occasions, and just built my collection from just going through Wolf Market and speaking to other various breeders. Yeah.
Okay. So, what was the first pickup you made?
Was a male pastel Enchi leopard.
Still got it?
No.
I
made so many spur of the moment decisions on buying animals. I'm obsessive compulsive, and when I go for something, I go mad. And I've just basically, I'll have that. There was no thought process behind it. I just wanted everything. But then I slowed down, spoke to a few various people, and just said that you need to slow down. I was buying a lot of males as well. Mm-hmm. But people said, no, you need to get into your females, get them growing on. And that's obviously that I learned my lesson quite quickly, and just made a plan what I was doing moving forward, and just progress from there.
I think we all make that. Well, I'll say all. I reckon 90% of the people make the same mistakes that you've just mentioned. You
of course.
You drop loads of money here, there, and everywhere on anything you can find within a 50-mile radius, and it doesn't.
So it was. I had a plan in my head. It was a clown. Clown's obviously one of my favourite genes. And it was if I looked at obviously leopard clowns and various other clowns, and when I started out, so obviously I had a plan, but when I started buying, then I had to realise I had to do my hits, then I had to wait for them to grow on, and I didn't have that thought process behind it, and then I got to a stage of like, well, I can actually afford to buy that animal, and it's already cut me off a few years by buying the visual, so that's obviously where I've made some changes in decisions as well.
Right,
Just keep buying straight animals with no hets in them, and obviously make my own hets, which is fantastic because I still am making my own hets, but in multi-gene animals, not just single or a couple of gene animals.
Yeah, no. yeah, if you get, I mean, it all depends. Yeah, you can do that as long as you got a decent wedge, and because if you want to progress, you've got to pay the cash as well. I mean,
Yeah, and do you know what the thing is? It's all well and good going out and buying what you want, but it all depends like where you want to go with your projects, and projects change from time to time, don't they? You have an idea in your head and something else comes up, or you talk to someone else and you're like, oh yeah, I might go that way now, or just various. It's what direction for me personally, what direction I'm going, and what animals I want to invest in, and just progress from there. Really, everyone's in a different situation, aren't they? So whatever
yeah.
suits them.
There's so many different levels to this hobby.
Yeah, cool.
You can just breed for the love of breeding, or you can take it a step further and start producing really nice animals. It's what you want to do at the end of the day. You can take it as seriously as you want, or like I say, you can just you can sit there and produce normals to pastels every year and still be quite content doing that.
Yeah, of course. I get excitement of coming home every evening, coming into the room, checking the animals, cleaning them, doing water bowls, just getting exciting for ideas in your head and what pairings you're going to do, what could you potentially produce. It's just the whole thing for me from start to finish. It's exciting. I love it. I look forward to it.
Yeah. So this is your second season, right?
Yeah.
So in your first season, how many clutches did you get in your first
14.
season?
14 clutches.
Jesus Christ, man! Fucking hell. I wouldn't expect that. Jesus, man, 14 clutches in your first season.
And that was 14 females paired, 14 went.
Wow.
Yeah, which was amazing. A lot of people said I did have an amazing season. I was blown away myself, to be fair, and some of the animals that I produced is just unreal. So I'm really pleased. But you know what? I learned quick on my feet. Like I said to you, I've become really friendly with a lot of breeders that have been doing it obviously a lot longer than I have, and give a lot of help and ask probably stupid questions in people's eyes. But for me, it's just knowledge is everything in this hobby. It's not as easy as just getting two animals, throwing them together, and then one band, there you go. It's a little bit more than that, isn't it? As you know.
Yeah. So who helped you along the way? Like, drop some names.
Frank Turner, Turnbulls.
Yep.
Good. Oh, mate. Carl Nisbet. He's a good friend and good help. Another guy that I don't know if a lot of people do know him. Richard, Quality Pythons. I can't think of his surname. Richard, he's not too far from me, and he helped me out at the beginning. He does a lot of, not a lot. He's more into the tree boas and pythons, but he does royals as well, and he helped me along the way. There's various other people I speak to, a lot of Paul Miller, and various other breeders. I've asked them questions, and they've helped me out to no end, to be fair. I wouldn't be in this position now, breeding animals that I haven't had the collection without their help, so thank you, guys.
Yeah, that's still can't go 14 in your first season, all 14 went. You must have been rubbing your hands together and go, I don't know what everyone else talking about, this is easy.
Yeah, we've had some jokes about it, because some of the breeders were doing it for a long time, like, oh my God, I can't believe the seeds you've had, and I just said to them, look, move over, I'm on my way through, guys, watch out. No, but hopefully I have a good a season as I did last, but as other people have said, you have your good seasons and you have your bad seasons. Hopefully, I don't get one as bad as I think that some people do get, but I'm all right. I can't listen. I've got 3 clutches. If I didn't have any more, obviously I'd be a little bit gutted, but I'm happy. I've got some in the incubator. I'm happy, so it's all good.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think when you get your season kicked off and that, you as long as you've got something in the incubator, you're happy. You got something to look forward to.
When that first clutch goes in, that's it. Your season started then, and then obviously you want more. But if you didn't, and all the eggs do well, then brilliant. It's all part and parcel of the hobby, isn't it?
Yeah. So going back, you said you started with dart frogs.
Yes.
So how long were you doing that?
I only started that I was about 18 months in. growing them up. I had a group of 5, and they were just ready to start calling, which is obviously they're going to start mating. And then, like I said to you, I moved quick. I went to Donny with my boys, had a look, come back, spoke to various breeders, done some research, and then just went, bought one, then bought my second snake, and then bought my third, and it just absolutely escalated at such a high speed.
Yeah,
I mean, the select I've got in 2 years is something I'm really proud of, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah. How'd you get into the frogs then?
I've always been into animals. I've had animals since I was a young kid. I've had spiders, chameleons, Chinese water dragons, corn snakes.
Yeah.
Used to collect toads and frogs in your garden, in your paddling pool when you was a kid, and newts, and used to try and get my own frog spawn in the paddling pool, in the ponds, and my next door neighbour's ponds. I've always been interested. Yeah. And spiders and everything. So it's always been something from a young age I've always been interested in. And I think as I've got older, it was just watching all the nature programs, and I thought I'm gonna have a go at breeding. And dart frogs for me, it was small, it wasn't taking up no space, and that's how it all started for me, really. And obviously Donny was a big part for it for me, going there and just seeing all the different animals and seeing. I mean, a lot of people hate it. I mean, I love it. I love going there and see all the different animals. It's not all about the royals there, neither. There's all different weird and wonderful creatures there.
Yeah, yeah, there are, and that's just in the that's just the guests.
that's just in the queue outside.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you do see all sorts at Donny.
Yeah, but you know what? I've seen all sorts everywhere. It's crazy, isn't it? But all different types of people are interested in all different things, aren't they? So yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
it's good. We can all have a crack. Yeah. I know
so the stuff you had when you were younger, you didn't? Did you try and, apart from getting frog spawn and that, did you try and breed any of that stuff, or
no? I've always been very busy. I was younger, being involved in various activities. Didn't have time to really sit down and concentrate on anything like that. If I'm honest with you, I was out doing crazy things, and as I've got older, I've settled down and obviously have the time to do things like that. And my kids are grown up now, so I've got time to obviously put into this hobby with the animals. Because to be fair, you've got to put a lot of time into them. It's not a case you come home and it's just like a couple of hours a week. You've got to come in. What I do, I come in every night, and I'm doing an hour and a half, 2 hours every night in the room.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So it's your second season. How many animals have you got now? How many ball pythons you got now?
70 odd, 75.
70 odd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bit more than the average second season in guy. But like you say, hit 14 clutches in your first season. Did you hold a lot of it back in the first season?
Yeah, loads. To be fair. Probably about 20, 25, might be more. But I bought a load in as well. With knowing coming out of the EU and Brexit, and speaking to various other breeders, knowing that obviously after we come out of Brexit, it might be an absolute nightmare of getting animals back from obviously various other countries. I went mad and knew what was going to potentially happen, and I just bought a load of animals in.
Right. Okay. You did well there then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I dropped a nut or two there. But you live and learn.
I think it's a good thing for the hobby. Yeah, but you know what the thing is? I think it'd be a good thing for the hobby, because not necessarily the qualities that are away. I mean, there are some great quality animals over here, and obviously there's great quality animals over where various people decide to buy their animals from. But for me, you can save yourself a few quid by buying the animals in for the £70, I think the courier fee was to bring an animal back to the UK. When you're paying £35, £40 here, it's not much in it for me personally. And I thought you could probably get an extra animal for the money you'd spend over here.
Yeah. I mean, what was it? It's my third season this year. So, you know, when I was sort of looking into Europe, it was my second season, and I'd had a few issues with the couriers here. So I was a bit wary of getting my animals over. And then it wasn't until like probably September last year I was started to figure out how easy it could be. And then by the time I'd actually pulled the trigger, it was just too late. I had a few on order from Europe, which I had to cancel after January. So I was just like, I'm not paying the extra on that. I picked that up here for probably, an extra £100 here, where I was being told I was going to have to pay like a minimum of $250 to get it over.
Big decision to do. I was exactly the same buying animals. I remember the first purchase I made. I was like, oh my God, is it going to come back? You hear all the horror stories, oh, it come back with an RI or it had this. And the other worrying thing is you get the animal back and it's not what you think it is. And then you've spent X amount of money and what are you going to do then? And it's all by emails or messages. And it's just, it can be an headache. It's worrying. I mean, we all work hard for our money. You're parting with money and you want to have the best of the best come back. But it's until the animal arrives, you don't know, but it's a done deal before you've even received the animal. So it's a gamble that everyone takes. So making that decision to buy an animal from abroad is quite a big decision to make. For me, it was personally anyway. And I think for everyone. So
I think even not in Europe, but even in this country, when you get more into the hobby, you're getting comfortable with the people, and the amount you spend on animals goes up and up and up. And every time it goes up, you're a little bit more wary of parting with that cash when you haven't actually seen the animal in the flesh. And, there's something.
Sort of rapport and you know the breeder and you know what all the quality of their animals are about, then it's a lot of that is taken away from you. So
but if it's your first time dealing,
until you're into the hobby and you've done it, definitely, I totally agree.
It could be your first time dealing with someone. In the back of your head, you kind of got this little nagging going, I'm going to pay him, but I feel I might get screwed here. But to be fair, I haven't had an experience like that. But it's just like you say, we work hard for our money, so I haven't been screwed over in this hobby, but I've been screwed over in others. So I've always got that in the back of my head.
I've been screwed over.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning, but don't need to go into that.
Okay.
But talking about that though, when I've seen it prop up on a few times on social media when other breeders are saying, oh, he asked me so and so question and that question, and it's really like they're pointless and it's wasting my time, and I get it to a degree, but I disagree with it to a certain extent because I was one of those people buying animals. And a typical example, and if Carl Nisbet is watching, he'll vouch for it. I remember the conversation over Carl, I might even still have it on Messenger, was, hi mate, I'm interested in your animal. It was a banana het clown at the time, proven. And I asked him questions like, does it bite? And he said, no, it's tame as a puppy dog. And I'm like, are you sure though? Sure, it's all right. It's not going to take me head off. And it feeds. And is it this? And is it that? And he must have thought, who is this idiot? Like asking me these questions. But when you're new to the hobby and you're buying animals like that and you don't know too much, it's quite impulsive, this hobby, I think, for a lot of people when they're first starting their collection and buying. So for all them breeders out there that think sometimes it's a waste of time answering them questions, I don't, because I was one of those people.
Yeah. I think most people were that person. So I think
some people forget about that though, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, because I haven't produced like awesome animals, sort of, you've got a sort of a tier system with the animals, really. And
that's personal preference.
Yeah, so what I'm saying
for tier systems, isn't it?
So basically, my first season, I was selling like single gene stuff. So I wasn't selling on Morph Market. I was selling on sort of the other sort of Gumtree, Pre-Love, stuff like that. Yeah. And you get a lot more of them questions on there, I think, than what you would on Morph Market and stuff like that. So I'm sort of used to it. You just got to be patient with them. If they want to know stuff, they want to know stuff, and
Do you know what? If it sounds meant to be, it's meant to be. It'll happen. Yeah. If it don't, it don't. It's like, listen, it's like buying a car. it's exactly the same principle, isn't it? How many miles has it done? Has it had this? Have you ragged it? What the tyres like? It's the same principle. It's just, yeah, look,
Yeah.
it's Carl. Got about 100 messages. Honestly, it's funny. You even sent me a video to show me. Look, he's honestly, he's a really nice animal. I laugh about it now. We have some great conversations.
Have you still got the animal?
No, no. You know what it is for me? I used him last season. I proved him out. Well, I didn't need to prove him out. He was proven anyway. He sired me a clutch. He done his job, and I moved him on. He was a banana het clown. He sired a clutch. He sired a clutch for me. And to be perfectly honest with you, I had another male that was a female maker. Carl's boy was a male maker, and the female maker smashed the odds for me as well. So I've still got the female maker and moved Carl's on. And in fact, I've moved him on to my daughter-in-law. She's got him.
Okay.
So he hasn't
Wicked.
gone too far. Yeah.
Okay. Wicked. Yeah. Frank says you're a pain in the ass as well.
Yeah. He would say that. I've got one of his female animals in my rack behind us. He's not having her now.
Oh, start something now. So, what last season? What was your first ever clutch? Like, what was the pairing of your first ever clutch?
Now you've got me.
Come on.
Somewhere. Now you've got me.
See, because you've produced 14 clutches in your first season, I'm pretty much sure like everyone in the comments will remember their first clutch. Because you produced so many, you probably forgot.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what? I couldn't even tell you. And I've got my records here somewhere, but do you know what? I'm hunting them. I've got some visual clowns. I've got hets out last season. The highlight for my last season was I produced 4 visual female banana clowns, some with different combos in it. So for me, first season, female banana clowns, smashed it out the park. 2 female hets in that as well. And like I said, 4 visual female banana combo clowns. So I couldn't have been more happier. Blackheads, I've got some blackhead females that I've held back. Some Mojave hets I'm holding back. And pewter female clowns. I've done really well. I've got a lot of visuals out last season. Females that I've held back that helped me progress in seasons to come.
Yeah. So were you buying from Europe right until the deadline, pretty much? We get stuff in still.
I won't bother now. If I'm honest with you, I'm happy with. I went mad last year, and with what I've got and various breeders that I've collaborated with, I'm pretty much happy with what collection I've got. There's a few two genes I'd like to get into the collection if they come to fruition with certain breeders over here. But apart from that, I don't think I'll deal with the EU. America's got some lovely animals, but I don't think, if I'm honest with you, I think with what we've got over here and breeders that are breeding over here, I don't think I need to look any further than the UK. So.
Yeah. Well, Brexit was like the transfer deadline day.
In fact, me and Frank were out there in March last year, and we was going out. We'd made some. We played balls, but hand was shut, so we had to go and meet various breeders to pick up the animals. And we literally just got back into the UK the day before they shut the borders down.
Oh, really?
It would have been caught. Yeah, it would have been caught out there, but we was lucky. It all worked out perfectly for us. And I had a few other animals from the EU after that, and that was it basically. I'm pretty much sorted now.
Pretty much set. So what sort of stuff did you get in from? Was there any certain genes you wanted to get in from the EU because it wasn't
red stripe
readily available over here?
Red stripe. Yeah, red stripe and a ghost. Some ghost animals I'm working with. And just cut little bits like a male entry clown, things like that was the right quality and the right money for me.
So I'm guessing clown is your go-to recessive.
Clown and ghost.
Clown and ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I won't be. I've got one pairing for Ghost, which is I'm hoping it proves out it's a male and a female clown, both pot het Ghost. But a few people I spoke to saying they look like they might prove out, so that'll be the Ghost that'll prove out this season. I'm just waiting for females to grow on for hopefully next season and the season after. That'll start producing some Ghost animals.
Yeah. Got Booty Pythons in the building. How you doing?
Right, Carl?
Yeah, he's in. He's late, but he's in. I'll let him off.
That's it.
So,
He's a good man, Carl.
Yeah. Can't knock him.
No.
Even though he likes albino, we'll let him off.
Yeah, he done a live last night. I was listening to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's talking about the albinos.
I popped on for a bit. I was working last night. It's nice when people do live, so I'm working, driving around. I'm just like dim the screen on my phone so that the old Bill don't see, and I can listen away. Do you strictly work with ball pythons, or have you got any other snakes?
No, just royals,
Okay. Would there be anything else you'd like to work with in the future?
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I like the look of some of the other animals, but I just think I'm really concentrating on these. Just moving forward with the rules, if I'm honest with you. There's nothing else that excites me as much as working, just seeing what combos, if you put X genes with this genes, you could potentially make this, and it's all, for me, it's the excitement of, until the pip and you don't know what's coming out. I so look forward to that. And when, like you did with what you hatched out the other day, as we were speaking earlier, absolute amazing, cracking animal. But that's the excitement. You wasn't expecting it to come out of the egg, were you?
No.
So for me, it's lucky dip when you're playing God, and that's what I love about the hobby.
I didn't even see that straight off, because when I cut it, it was upside down as well. All I could see was white. So then when it turned over, I was like, fuck. So I know what you're saying.
This is exactly what the hobby's all about.
Yeah.
It's just that surprise element at the end when they get their heads out, and it's something you wasn't expecting or something spectacular. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the thrill of this hobby. I used to gamble quite a lot. I've noticed since I've been doing this, I hardly put any money, like gambling.
Because you've got to save it for your snake.
And it doesn't give me the thrill of, when you're cutting eggs and stuff like that. It doesn't thrill me anymore like it does when like you say, you see a head sticking out and you're like, what is that?
Well, it's Christmas. All your Christmases have come at once, haven't they?
Exactly. Well,
it's the most amazing feeling. I love it. Even I'm new to it, and everyone say, you wait till you're 5 years in or whatever. But it's just I genuinely do enjoy it. But it's the excitement value at the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Doncaster's coming up. Will you be going if it goes ahead? Do you think it will go ahead?
I don't know. It all depends how this ease of lockdown goes on. If everyone goes mad like they have done previously, then I'll probably be surprised if we had another lockdown again. But then obviously we've got the vaccine going out now quite quick, so I'm hoping it goes ahead anyway.
Yeah.
So you said, I'm looking forward to it. I think people need to get out, don't they? People need to get out and make.
Yeah.
And that.
It's yeah, absolutely. You said
Sam's ring set up there.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
So I mean, I'm looking forward to the day.
Yeah. So you said you went. You said you went to Doncaster when you first saw like the ball pythons and what they could do and whatnot. Was that your first Doncaster show, or you'd been before?
No, I've been to a few of them. I need to go. I think is there 4 a year? I think there's 4 a year, and I think I've missed since I started going in 2019. I think I've missed 1 or 2.
Right.
I like it. I get up nice and early, go with a youngster. The missus sometimes comes, and my eldest and his partner, and we just have a day of it up there, looking around, looking at all the animals. the funniest thing that I ever seen was on Harry Potter, and you had them little crab spiders, and I didn't think it was real. I thought it was something just for the film. And they actually, is it scorpion spider? Is it? I don't know what it's called.
I no idea.
If you know what it is in the comments, you know what I'm talking about. And it was an actual real animal. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you're joking me. That's real.
So I've never watched Harry Potter. Never read the books or anything. So
that's what I mean. It's all millipedes and slugs and beetles and just for me, madness. Crazy animals up there.
Yeah. To be honest, I know there's loads of. When I went before, obviously, I think I went to the September one before. Must have been one before the last one, because we were locked down after that. So when I was there, like I think I said before, I sort of like just walked around by myself, sort of looking at the table, sort of like trying to hurry up and see where I could find the best deals and whatnot. I didn't really take anything else in, so I think it would be a completely different experience for when I go next time, because I've met so many people and I kind of know where my plans are going and what I'd actually need. Where last time I was just like, oh, that looks nice, I'll have that. I think I left with about 5 different steaks.
I think a lot of people do that, don't they? Like I said, I think sometimes certain people see an animal, it's the right money, they've got it in their pocket, and it is an impulse buy. And it's a case of Donny is your classic place to do that. And you probably go in there with an idea of, am I going to get this or this? And you end up coming back with something either totally different or more than what you planned for. But I was looking forward to going to one of the shows over, obviously, to Ham. I was really looking forward to that because I've heard so much about it, and obviously with the experience of Donny and that. So obviously I've missed that, and I was looking forward to that. So for me, Donny's I think the only reptile show over here, isn't it? As far as I'm aware. Yeah,
there was like the Chris Jones meetings, but obviously he's stepped out of the hobby now, I believe. So they won't be going ahead this year. So yeah, I think it is only Doncaster, unless someone else wants to start putting a show down here a bit closer to us. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
How long does it take for you to get to Doncaster?
I think it's about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a trek,
Yeah.
But yeah, like I say, I definitely want to try to get to one of the foreign shows, definitely. Probably Houghton first, I would guess, like Snake Day or something.
Yeah, I've been told about
really
Snake
cool.
Day. Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I think Paul did a video of the last time he went with Darren and a load of them. That looked serious, right. Good weekend. Yeah, I can't wait to do that. That's someone's. Is that what you're on about?
Hakio crab. I don't know if that's real. Hakio crab.
Okay, we'll.
That's the Harry Potter spider I was on about.
Right. Okay. So what's your big pairings this year? What you got lined up? What are you really excited about this year?
My spot nose het clown female just give me a clutch of 6. Also, she give me a clutch of 8, 2 slugs. But she's been paired to a fire clown. So if I hit all the odds, which is not high odds, but it's hard to probably hit it'll be the spot nose fire clown. But even if I get some spot nose visuals, I'll be happy. And I've got mahogany hets hopefully coming this season. Mahogany het clowns, which obviously is a nice project to move forward in. And obviously, like I said earlier, if I can hit a ghost clown this season, it'll be amazing. But with all the other pairings will be next season that are obviously when James will really start coming into play with obviously my holdbacks, my grow-ons.
Yeah.
And with obviously Mal that I've purchased this season will all be ready for next season, which I'm really looking forward to. But it's all building blocks, isn't it? It's a marathon, not a sprint. So everything that we as breeders produce this season will be holdbacks for wherever along the line, and
Yeah.
your animals
2-3 years.
Yeah, that's it. So it's I'm looking forward to everything that comes out of the eggs, really. But until they come out, you don't know which direction you've got to move. You've got an idea in your head, but until they're out, if you've hit the goals that you've wanted to move forward onto, it's in the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So you've got a fair bit of chocolate in your collection, is that right?
Yeah, I've got a chocolate clown.
Yeah. You got a chocolate clown. Okay. Is that breeding this season, or?
I've put him in a couple of times with the females. He's just not mature enough yet. He's producing. His hemipenes are the right colour, but he's just hides in the corner. So to be fair, I tried him on Mondays. My pairing that day, I feed the animals on a Saturday night. I let them rest, and I end up pairing them Monday evening. I put him in there for a couple of days, not showing any signs. And if I'm honest with you, it's him and another male that I really wanted to hopefully do the business for me this season, but I haven't. But I've just got to let him rest now. Don't stress them out and leave until next season.
Getting ready for next season. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not. Listen. It's all lovely, and we all, in hindsight, want to get the males going in straight away, and they're at you go. He's at the right weight, but he's not doing it, and I'm not doing it. It's just it is what it is. There's no point stressing yourself out about it. I don't stress myself out about it. I'm more stressed about the females that I'm pairing not going than worrying about the males doing the job, because I've got other males that I can use. Probably not to give me what I wanted, but still give me something that would be nice to go on with.
Yeah, like I say, in this hobby, waiting a year for a male to be ready next season is quite a short wait in this hobby.
Yeah,
as we've just said.
It isn't. I bought I got a yellow belly clown. When did I get him? Last year. So he would have been ready this season, and he was my plan to go into my spot nose girl, not the fire clown. But he went off the feed for months. He just went off. He wasn't interested, and I was like, oh my god, he's bugging me plans up, and I was like, and I thought, you know what, it is what it is, and you know, we all know that they go off the feed. We all know, and you don't want them to go, but it happens. So you've just got to have a contingency plan, which was the fire clown for me. And from that learning curve for myself, it has happened, and that's where you just got to have patience, just move on and go in a different direction.
Yeah.
Leave you, Mr. Cutter.
Yeah, Matt to the building. How you doing, mate? Buddha, what are you saying? There's a lag on mine. Putting on 50p in a meter. So, what are the racks behind you? Are they?
They're hatchling racks. They're 3 litre bra plast.
Yeah, yeah. So, where do you actually get the racks from?
I'm hoping I'll get them made from. Do you know what? I don't know where made, but I'll go to Cold Blooded Reptiles in Raynham. A good friend of mine, Paul, owns the shop, and he's got a guy that makes them. I believe it's the same guy that Aaron from Neighbours.
They look very.
His racks made.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've had various other racks in the room done. I like them. I really like them. I think they hold the temperatures bang on, humidity. Everyone's got an argument for racks, and some people like them. I was having this conversation, I think, last week or the week before, and people want to move over to the metal racks because you get more animals in, and the ease of moving around because they're on casters and cleaning, which is fantastic. I totally get that. I mean, these wooden racks, I can't move these. I wish I could put them. I wish I had put them on casters, but unfortunately, the way they're positioned in the room, I don't need to sweep behind them or do anything like that. But for me, I think they're perfect environment for the animals to live happily in and breed from. So I like them. They serve a purpose for me.
You got your adults in them sort of racks as well, then, yeah?
Not these ones.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I've got them in exactly the same.
Yeah. You got a 2 kilo female in a 3 litre.
But they feed well. They feed really well.
If you said that, someone thought you were serious. People would change over. With the
course they
luck
were.
you
They're
had
all right.
last season, they were like, "Oh, that's what I've been missing. Need the
Yeah.
smallest tub possible."
Trust me, man, it's not true what they say. You can breed 2 kilo females and 3 litre bra blast.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, do you breed your own rodents?
No, it's something I've been looking into. It's something I'm looking into. It might possibly happen, but at the moment I'm just limited on space at the moment, so it's I haven't got the space to do it at the moment. And it's another job, isn't it? It's another case of coming in. Like I've got a couple of good friends of mine that breed their own rodents, and the amount of time we have to put in to get the quality rodents out and the cleaning them, and at this present moment in time, I'm really busy with work, which is a good thing. And also I've got to spend the time with the animals, giving them the time that they need to keep them clean and whatever else. So it is something I'm looking into, but it's obviously time consuming. So at this present moment in time, it's not viable.
So you said you're limited to space. How many adults can you actually get in where you are at the minute?
Adults, I could probably get about 36.
Okay.
36 adult females.
Right, I see. It's not too bad. Yeah.
No, I work out the 3 litre first of all. When my hatchlings come out, I put them in there, and I've got another rack to the right side. It's a 5 litre. And my holdbacks usually go in the 5 litres, because obviously usually any surplus animals that I've not sold or I'm not holding back will be, if they're not sold, I'll take them to a pet shop who has all my surplus, not high end or het, so they go there, and then I move them from the 5 litre to a 9 litre, and then from a 9 litre to 24.5 and 33. So,
okay, yeah, it's a good way to go about it.
Yeah,
definitely.
I've been fortunate. I've got the rooms to have the various size, because as you know, some of the animals will go straight into a 9 litre and feed all right, some don't, so you have to drop them down into a 5 litre. Some I've had to take out and drop them back down to 3 litre just to get them feeding again. And that you don't always want to do that, but it's a case of you want your animals feeding, so it's whatever makes them comfortable.
What's Carl saying? Exactly, with how cheap rodents are to take into the time to get you spend with snakes and family, it's not worth breeding your own, in my opinion. Yeah, if you got a family and stuff, you don't want to take time away from them to clean out some stinking rodents. I don't mind it. Me and Morph Matrix sort of have started up, just we do it together, so it takes half the time. Does
it really take quick. A bit of time to go in there and clean them out, does it, though?
Not really, mate. So we're probably working on about 20 tubs at the minute. Takes us about an hour.
And well, let's think. If I've got a collection of 75 animals, I needed to feed them. How many rodents? How many animals can you feed out of what you've got breeding? Is what you've got to work out, and then work the time you're putting into that. And if you've got a collection of 100 animals, that's
so is it something? I think it's like one female per snake. So one female rodent per snake is what you need to feed your collection, basically.
Are you doing multis or rats?
Rats at the moment. I've got some multis here, but they're just. I've got one snake that feeds live multis, so I've just got a group just to feed her, basically.
Yeah, I've got a few, and I'm just fortunate. I've got a friend down the road that does feed live, and he helps me out, so it's perfect.
Yeah. Do you have any multi-feeders?
Yeah, I've got a couple of multi-feeders that will take frozen, and I've got a couple of multi-feeders that are live.
Yeah.
So, but obviously it's not. But like I said to you, I've got a friend of mine who lives down the road. I better give him a little shout out as it goes. My mate Fabio from My Herb Shed. He breeds multis. Lovely guy. Fantastic quality animals, and he helps me out whenever I need anything. So
he's
a good guy.
So you said you brought quite a few things in from Europe. Did you have any issues feeding them when you brought them in? I mean, some people do have issues because most of the ones in Europe are fed live.
Yeah, I've got a red stripe gravel female, and she took defrost straight away, 3 feeds, and then she went off, and I left for a few weeks. Tried her again, no good. Kept trying and trying and trying. Spoke to a few various breeders, and in the end, I thought, you know what? I was going to put a live in there. She's on live, and she's had 3 live feeds now, and I'm going to try her again next week with a frozen to see if it's just switched her back on, and see how we go from there. If she doesn't, then I'll just progress with obviously the live, and I'd eventually like to switch them back on, but some do, some don't they? So we just, as long as they're feeding, I'm happy to do whatever they need.
What sort of size is she?
She's about 300 grams.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's
what I mean from that thing, but they feed them live, don't they, straight away? So
yeah.
And I've got another male that I bought in March, not last year, the year before that I went frank, and that was a black pastel banana clown. And do you know what? The thing's still only 300, 400 grams. Just can't get him going. He won't have live, he won't have frozen, he won't have anything. I'll put him down to a 3 litre, I'll put him in a 5, I'll put him in a 9. I've tried absolutely everything, and he just he's who he is, and I try him every couple of weeks, and just sometimes he takes something. He's so sporadic, it's unreal.
What substrate do you use?
Rex chip.
Right.
I started on Lignosil, which I really liked, but the mess. My wife was just non-stop getting at me. Bloody mess. Because I'm upstairs in the house. I'm in my box room in the house. So obviously you come out your room and it's like there's footprints following you everywhere. Lignosil all around the house.
Yeah.
And it was just an absolute nightmare. It was driving me up the wall. And I had a few shed problems, which obviously with the coconut substrate helps eliminate that. For me, listen, you got people come up and play. No, I'm fine with Lignosil, and it's whatever works for you, and that works for me. And I like it. It's just, for me, it keeps the mess down. So I've tried various cocoa husks. And that
Evening,
one I really
Andy.
like.
How you going, mate? Enjoyed your live on, when was it, Monday?
Yeah,
That's
Monday,
pretty good listening. Enjoyed that, yeah. Who was it? Andy, Gav, Piecast,
and,
and Tom from Wolfie Royals. Yeah, that was good. He's not a million miles away from you, I don't think. Tom?
No, Tom, I've been down to Tom's. Nice guy. Speak to Tom every now and again, and helped him. I've done the plastering in his new reptile room.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Is that what you do for a living?
Yes, I'm a plasterer. So if you want these snake rooms plastered, give me a call. Well, it's not me. If I'm not available, Carl Nesbitt likes getting the trail out.
So, is there anything you don't have in your collection at the moment that you'd really like in your collection?
Yeah, a spot-nosed fire clown or a spot-nosed yellow-belly clown.
I said that you don't have in your collection. I know what you're saying.
No, I haven't. No, not really. I'd like a few more female ghosts with different combos, but obviously it's not the right time of year to be. I'll keep looking, but as you well know, there's nothing's coming out yet, so it's only what's left over from last season. Or I've had to be fair, I've had a couple of good purchases in the last month, just from another breeder that had holdbacks and changed their mind. So I was lucky to have stumbled across them and jump on them, which is good for my ghost side of the collection. Yeah.
So when obviously you started breeding in November, when will you stop? Is there a cut-off point where you'll be like, right, if they go, they go, but really. They don't have any more?
No, I mean, one of my favourite clutches the last season went so late. I don't think I got the eggs dropped till late December. Was it no? Or did they hatch late December? I think they hatched late December. And so what the thing is this case if you want to go, which I found not last year. Was it? Oh no, it wasn't then. I'll get myself confused here. Another thing I was talking about is it's down on holiday, isn't it? So if I go away and I'm still pairing and then you're still waiting on eggs and I'm going on holiday, it's a case of who's going to look after the collection, who's going to look after the eggs, who's got to pull the eggs and things like that. So it's something I've kind of tried to plan around that probably within the next few weeks. If what hasn't gone, I'll probably stop pairing in the next 4 to 6 weeks, if I'm honest with you. They're not showing me the right signs, it's pointless. And that's another discussion I was having with someone and listening to another breeder's I've done a video not too long ago was but it might sound silly to some people, was investing in what's the bloody machine when you can
ultrasound.
Check ultrasound. Yeah, I'm seriously considering one of that, because another thing is when they mentioned these, you can throw these males in, you're stressing females out and you're stressing the males out, and unless you really know how far your females are in, like, no one wants to stress their animals out, so you could actually be doing more damage than good. And when some people going, oh yeah, you have 3 locks, and I'm like, really? 3 locks, and the job was done. And I usually have like 6, 7, 8 locks. So now I'm thinking, am I doing it too much? So perhaps I should slow it down. And the only way to do that is obviously, and you could be pairing for no reason. Your female might not be ovulating, and she might not go for that season, and you're stressing the male out and the female out for no reason whatsoever. So that might be an avenue I'm probably looking into going down to as well.
Yeah, I think I am as well. I don't think I've got enough females yet, but hopefully by next season I should have enough to warrant getting one. And like I say, it would have been handy this year because I've got one male going to more than 3 or 4 females. So, I'd have enjoyed putting him in at the right time and not have to do. I try and do once a month for each female. So, he's pairing like basically every week, which is hopefully he's a young boy and he's enjoying it. But as you do when you're younger, try and get as many locks as you can. Well, back in my youth. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's the worry. yeah. I remember them days. When were they? It's the worry for the males going off the food as well. The feed isn't good, so that's a concern as well for you and your collection and trying to get to where you want to go. So it's all trying to do what you need to do without stressing the animals out too much. And for me, without having that, with having the machine, I think it make things a lot easier.
Yeah, on the amount
and knowing a lot more about the animals.
The amount we spend on animals, and like you can pick up ultrasound for about 800 quid.
Yeah, I believe so.
Not exactly that expensive when you compare, like I say, the amount you're spending on your animals and stuff like that. And
not if it helps you out as well, and it helps animals being stress free. It makes everything a lot more simpler, doesn't it?
Yeah, too right. Is there any morphs you don't like? Everyone's got one.
I don't know. Not that I don't like. Sam's favourite pinstripe.
Do you know what?
So I don't dislike it. Do you know what it's like? It's for me because of what genes I'm working with. So going with clown and ghost. It's for me. There's nothing. I can't see a vision with that animal where it can. I got offered a female pinstripe clown this year. Right. And I spoke to her and I was like, yeah, because like I said to you, I'm impulsive. And I was like, I'm going to buy her on that. I'm going to have her. I've got to have pinstripe in my collection. I'm going to do this with it. I can throw that in with it. I'm going to do that. And he said, but you look through Google and Morph Market and there's nothing really in pinstripe that actually excites me. The only thing it does, I really think it looks nice in Desert Ghost. And banana.
Banana pin.
I like a banana
nice.
pinstripe. Yeah. So that'd go nice in clown, but that's it. It doesn't go. In fact, I'm actually doing that in this season. Yeah, I've got a lemon blast het clown female, and I put my banana clown in there because I want to make banana pinstripes. Just to say I've done it, and see if you can progress there. I can't see if anyone that is listening and can see where it's going, then let me know, because I just can't see it going any further or that it'd look any better.
Andy, please tell me you took it.
No, I didn't. After speaking to a few other breeders, they was like, "We're going to go with it." I was like, "I suppose so," and that was pretty much it. I didn't get her.
Yeah, yeah. You watch next week. Justin will drop a video of some insane pinstripe clown, something or other.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what we're waiting for. Yeah, exactly that. Same as with like when he dropped the Wookiee this year. I was like, I can't believe you've made that animal. Like, looking at a Wookiee on its own doesn't actually do. I mean, know how much influence pattern changing that clown influences on the animal. Like, but that's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
What that animal looks like. It's just, you would never have believed that animal came from that.
So the two animals that Justin produced, which one did you like better, the first one or the second one? Because you had the first one. The
second
first
one with all the little round spottings around it. It was Wookiee clown. I don't know, what was it? G.H.O. Harvey.
That was the first one, but then the second one had like graffiti on it. It looked like. And it's spelled Aussie or something. I can't remember
which one it was.
No?
Yeah, I don't think the first one.
You're talking about the first one, yeah. That was pretty sick.
I was blown away. I was like, my God, look. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the animals I see from him and other American breeders, Aussie Boys, Billy, JP, like, I just want to make that. I'd like that. That's where I get a lot of insight into where I'd like to go and what animals I'd like to create. So it's actually amazing what we can do with certain animals when you put them together.
So yeah, totally, that was the Kraken.
Yeah, amazing, absolutely unreal.
Pinstripe DG clown.
Yeah, how many years is that off? I'm too impatient. No. It's a long process, isn't it? Listen, it would be amazing, and do you know what? By the time I've done it, it'd have been done 1,000 times over.
Yeah. So you said you got eggs in the incubator. When's your first lot due to pip?
Oh, I've got my famous final countdown on my phone. I'm looking 47 days.
Okay, so they weren't laid that long ago then?
No, I haven't. I've got the 3 clutches, so I've got 47, 53 and 55. So, and I've got another few. No, not still a long way off, but looking forward to them.
I get a message at least twice a day about what he wants to make. You got to have these people to bounce ideas off, haven't you? You know.
You've got to. I knew it was coming anyway. To be fair, they're being quite tame tonight because I'm waiting for Frank to call me dog shit reptiles.
Yeah. Hang on.
There you go.
I passed it. I thought I saw that earlier.
It's something. I mean, I'm being tame now, but when I get together on the phone with various people and like the language and what we talk about is unreal. And I think I turned around and said, "Frank said something." I said, "That is absolute dog shit. That is." And it's something I say at work with all lads. It's, you know, we just have a phrase and a few other choice words. Not a lot that can be said on here. It's just tradesmen at work and it's banter. And I said it to Frank, and it just caught on, and everything was dog shit. So we send each other pictures, going, "Oh, what do you think of that animal?" And he'll go, or I'll send him one of my parents and go, "Well, what do you think of him or her?" And he goes, "That's dog shit." So it's just something that's just stuck. And it's
building site mentality.
Yeah, well, when I put a post up on Instagram, I'm being all serious and professional, and I'll get Frank going, "Yeah, that's dog shit." But you know what? I love it because you've got to have that side of the hobby as well. It's some people take it too serious and to other levels. It's just not needed for me. It's just we're all grown ups. Animals to do something we love doing. Just enjoy it.
Like we were saying earlier, though, like, you know, on the comments on Instagram, you don't necessarily see them. So you know, you're just looking at the pictures and swiping past. Like we're saying, it's not like Facebook where you can get in a heated debate about something quite pointless, to be perfectly honest. And it's sort of like we all have our different ways of doing things. And, you know, if you've got a problem with someone doing something, I mean, so long as, I don't know, like the health of the animal's not a risk or something, but they do it slightly different to you, like the amount of arguments on Facebook and stuff is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like we were saying earlier, a lot of it is being voiced now and spoken out loud. It's just because, I think because of the lockdown, I think that no one's getting out, no one's releasing whatever, no one's going to punch a bag or going for a run or lifting weights or ride their bike, do whatever they need to do. It's just a case of everyone is so, and this hobby revolves around social media. So you're always going to spend a lot of time on it. Because to be perfectly honest with you, without social media, you're not actually involved in this hobby. Because where else would you meet other like-minded breeders and sell your animals and see what's going about? And it's just, like you said, some things need to be said and some don't. But it's I don't get involved in it all. I just do me and the animals and speak to whoever I need to speak to and just be happy and enjoy it.
Yeah. Did you do the normal thing where obviously you signed up for a load of Facebook groups at the beginning and then sort of came across to Instagram?
And then what? So yeah. I've never been big in social media anyway. I've never had time really for it. Obviously, you have to make time for it now. I've signed up to everything. So obviously, when I started buying the reptiles and learning about it, but you know what? I learned a lot. And another thing is certain breeders that do YouTube channels get tagged off, and I watched some of their videos and I found them helpful for me when I first all started out. And it's just okay. Listen, everyone's got opinions and arseholes, and everyone's got one.
Yeah.
And that's it. So you take it how you want to take it and deal with it how you want to deal with it.
Yeah. How long have you actually been on Instagram for with your reptiles, snakes?
Not long.
Not long. Okay.
No.
What, about a year? About a year?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
like, no, coming on here, this was not what I'd planned. I didn't want to do it. I was absolutely shitting myself. I'm right now. I've done it. I'm over it.
Yeah,
I'm going every week. You're going to see me every night.
Yeah. To be fair though, I asked you, and you was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So I was like, "Oh, okay, wicked." Whereas some people they're like, I don't know."
But you know what? I was that person. This. I spoke to other breeders, and they said, "Look, if you want to do well with your animals, and you want to get known, and obviously I've invested a lot of money into my collection. I don't want my collection just to sit in my bedroom and keep me happy. I want them to make other people happy and enjoy my journey along with me. That's all part and parcel of it. I can't sit on everything that I produce and that. You want to move them on, and the only way of doing it is people need to know who you are and see what you're producing. And as much as we're on social media, and that all the people that are moving our animals on or doing whatever, you need to be doing this. And someone said to me, you need to do it, and I was a bit like, well, that's not a bit of me. Don't believe it or not, I'm not shy, but this is just such a weird, surreal experience actually talking life to someone on the iPad.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier, like you spend a lot of money, your own money on these animals, and you know, if someone on here sees you on here and sees what type of guy you are, they feel a bit more comfortable sending over a wad of cash for a snake. And I think it's the same. Personally, I wouldn't buy a animal if I'm on Morph Market. I see a breeder I don't know. I'd go straight to Instagram and see if they've got an Instagram. If they haven't got an Instagram, I'd be quite wary about sending money.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I wasn't like that myself. I don't know. I just message people through Morph, like you said, Morph Market. Even though but you've heard people to even talk to other people on Morph Market and they've had problems and things like that. And it's a case of, I think you get a feel of someone once you start striking up a conversation with them, don't you? And it's the same, like going back to what I said earlier. It's always like, how much is the animal? How old is it? What does it eat? What does it weigh? Have you got any pictures? They're like the first sort of questions you're going to get asked, and And rightly so, because someone's parting with their money. They want to know the ins and outs of a duck's backside and what you got and why.
Yeah.
Because that
Why you
gives them the
selling it?
information they need to make. Yeah, and they make their decision based on that. And having that rapport with someone, they'll either think, yeah, do you know what? I don't know if I want to buy that animal or not. I mean, I spoke to a few people when I first all started out, and they were quite brash and blunt. And I thought, do you know what? Sod you, I'm not even giving you my money.
Yeah.
Because it works both ways. Your animal can sit in your rack, and I'll keep my money and go to someone who's going to give me a bit of time or give me the information I want to hear.
Yeah.
It's a case of or you've produced the animal and it's a lovely animal, but if you're not building that rapport or if you're not a nice person, you ain't going to want to buy an animal off you, are you?
Carl's, after the first message he sent me, it feels like he stalks me.
I'm going to message him after here.
Stalking him. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, you wish you never answered that first message.
I've got someone coming my door. Who's this? Right. My granddaughter's gone to sleep, so I can't shout.
Okay, all right.
No, I've just been out because I get a bit loud sometimes, and I get too excited.
I see.
So I'm my granddad. It's all of Ole that works.
Okay.
That's my secret.
Yeah. It's the hobby relaxing you. That's what it is.
Yeah. Good living.
Yeah. So you said you put a male in that didn't go for you earlier. What size do you feel comfortable? Well, if it's producing sperm plugs and whatnot, but it's still small, how small would you put something in with a female?
500-600 grams. I would have. I probably still would have. But then last season I had a pastel leopard clown that was 700-800 grams. He was producing sperm. I put him in. He wouldn't lock. This season he's done the business for me, and he's obviously about 1 kilo now, a little bit over. I've put a 500-gram male that's in. He's locked. He hasn't done the job for him yet, but the female he's been in with his family, all the good signs. And the two that I've put in this season are 800 grams plus each. They're not doing it. So they're all different, aren't they? It's a case of reading them all, making sure they're feeding. I mean, I think after 2 or 3 attempts, for me personally, if I put the male in and he's not doing the job, I'm not going to stress him out or the female out. If they're not actually doing anything, for me, it's a waste of time. So like I said to you, I won't use them now. I won't pair them. I'll just leave them until next season. I'll let them grow on, mature, and when they're ready, they'll be ready, wouldn't they?
Yeah, totally.
As for weights, the male will let you know when he's ready.
Like Andy, I don't mind answering the questions, but from the first message, we've forged a great friendship. It's how the hobby has been for me mainly. He's been quite nice there. Yeah,
I've got a great relationship with Carl. He's like from that first conversation about his animal, and I think now I laughed my head off, but that's how it was for me when I first started, and we talk regularly, if not every day, and we're good friends.
Yeah, it seems like
we're looking forward to catch up at Donny.
Yeah. Like you say, most people are, I reckon. But no, I'll have to, next time you're on, I'll have to get you both on at the same time.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
We could start doing our Irish traveller accents for everyone.
Sounds like fun.
You've got to get another man. You've got to get on, and if he's still listening, and see if he's got the guts to do it. It's my mate Frank Turner. Let's see if he'll get himself on here, giving me all this stick. Yeah. He's been in the hobby for years. He's got lots of information to tell people, and he's helped me out loads as well. Another good guy, Frank. He's helped me out to no end. So let's see if we can get him on.
Gauntlet's been laid down.
Yeah, that's it. I've done it. It's your turn.
Yeah. Interpreter at the ready, Carl.
Nah, he's all right. You can understand him.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah. You understand most people, but so
if you could do a freeway one, you should do me, Frank, and Carl. That'd be a good night.
Do you know what? I could have up to 10 people on here.
That might be one for your diary then.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to sort that out. End of the season, when everyone's got everything out,
Yeah.
we'll have to do a big old one.
We'll have a party night. A party night podcast.
Exactly, yeah. I should just send the link to like fuckloads of people and just see who turns up. That'd be wicked. Just send it to everyone.
A free for all.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just post a link on Instagram. Anyone who wants to join, just come along. Yeah, that'd be wicked. That's food for thought. That is definitely. So you was reaching for your records earlier. Do you still use pen and paper?
Yeah, I have. I do. I've just downloaded Pro. Is it Pro Husbandry? Husbandry Pro.
Husbandry Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that. I haven't. If I'm honest with you, I haven't had the time to start entering all the animals. But I've downloaded it. I'm just ordering the printer to get all the labels done, and it's something I will move forward to. Our friends have got it, and they totally recommend it. Do you use it?
No, see, I'm on the other one, Reptile Scan.
How'd you find that?
It's all right for what it is. I mean, when I bought it, I think it was 25 quid all in, so I couldn't complain. But then the amount of people going across to Husbandry Pro, like I say, I don't think I've got enough animals to warrant it yet. You know, once you're up to 60 plus what you are, I think, it's well worth the investment. But no, at the minute.
Go on, sorry.
No, you carry on.
From what I can make out and seeing other people's use of it, it makes, like you said, if you've got a larger collection, then it makes so much easier. The records, you could feeding, sheds, locks, absolutely every bit of information you need. And obviously I relayed back to only last season's records to see when the female laid, what she laid, what hatched out, what was the weight of her, what was the weight of the hatchling. So you can keep a good record to see if you need to rest your female or she's doing well or she's not doing as good. I think you do need them records just to make sure to maintain the health of your animals and to obviously keep records of what you're producing and how they're doing. And also other breeders and other people that buy your animals want to know the history as well, don't they?
Yeah, I think that's quite an interesting part of it. When you sell an animal, you can send all the information on if someone else is using Husbandry Pro. So I think, they've not missed a trick there. I think people will buy it because they don't want to miss out on that sort of feature. And I think I will come across eventually because they're working on a way to transfer all my data from Reptile Scan. So I can do it, just send all the data across to Husbandry Pro and it's already inputted. So I think I'll wait for that unless they've already done it. I don't know. But hopefully by the end of this season, I have a lot more animals because I think I've only got about 25 at the moment. So hopefully I'll have a lot more animals. And
how many pairings you doing?
So this is my second/third season because my first season I wasn't expecting eggs and I got eggs. Like I literally put one snake in with another. That was it once, and I got some eggs that I wasn't expecting at all.
That was a perfect season, wasn't it?
Oh mate, it wasn't because
did you have
she laid. No.
Come on, then, tell us. I want to hear the story.
So I think I was moving.
You now. This is my show now.
Yeah. Earlier you were saying you're bricking it beforehand, and now you're taking over.
I told you, that's it. I'm over it now.
Yeah. So I think I was moving them, and overnight I put them in the same tub. Overnight, that was it. It was a pastel to a lemon blast, and she didn't show any signs. I didn't see any signs. I wasn't really looking for signs because I didn't think anything was going on. And then the day before I was supposed to fly out to America for a fortnight, she was sitting on eggs. I'm like, fuck. So I ran around, sort of made a home incubator sort of thing with a cooler box. And then, I literally spent hours literally messing with the temperatures for like 24 hours straight. I barely got any sleep because I was messing with the temperatures so much. So I was checking it every hour just to make sure the temperatures were right, because I knew I had to fly off to the States for a fortnight. Yeah, it was a nightmare. To be fair, there was 8 eggs. I got 4 out of it in the end. Some went wrong in incubation and that. But yeah, then the season after I had 1 clutch, and then this season. So yeah, hopefully I'm pairing 9. Yeah. So I've had 1 lot of eggs already. I've had a pre-lay shed about 4 days ago.
What's that on? What's your pairing on that?
That's a Firefly Desert Ghost to the Lemon Blast again.
Nice. Very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So most of my pairings are Desert Ghosts this season. I've got the same male Firefly Desert Ghost going to a Leopard, which I think she's going to go, but she's being quite weird. She's not showing the normal signs, but she looks huge.
But a few people say that. A few other breeders saying they're having a bit of a weird season as such, but they've had females that are pairing, they go after food, and they think, right, it's all showing good signs, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, they're back feeding again.
Yeah.
And I've experienced that myself this season with 2 females. I'm like, what's going on there? And I've had a few other breeders I spoke to who are experiencing the same thing. So, but then I think it was the same last season. People saying that the clutches are going late and the females were going late. So I'm still learning. So it's obviously once I'm a few more years in, I'll get to see the signs a bit better. I mean, I've missed quite a few ovulations. I mean, the first year, out of 14 females, I saw 13 ovulations. I missed 1. This season, I've seen 3 ovulations, and I know I've got. Well, I'm hoping, just from what I'm reading from the females and the way they're looking, I think they've actually gone, and I've not seen their ovulation. So, and I'm in here every night. So
I missed the first ovulation. She laid in February, so she ovulated in January. I missed it because who's looking for an ovulation in January?
Yeah, but you know what? Just every ovulation I saw, but then you see some of the pictures on social media, and they pick, yeah, she's just ovulating. And I think, is that really an ovulation? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and I think that doesn't look like an ovulation. But then what do I know? I'm not like I've just said, I'm learning. So perhaps some ovulations aren't as visually impressive as others. So that's something I've got to learn over the years.
I have noticed that the last couple of days, people posting ovulation posts. I'm like, what am I looking at here? Is she just ate a big meal, or is that supposed to be an ovulation? Or yeah, that is funny.
Yeah, but what do I know? There's a
DG
squirrel. Is that aimed at you, Liam?
I have no idea, mate. I don't know what he's on about. No idea. DG Squirrel. No idea. So, what are the other 2 pairings you've got in the incubator already? You said the first one. What are the other 2?
I've got a Super Pastel Fire Orange Dream female to a Cinnamon Clown.
Yep, that's nice.
And I've got a Firefly Enchy possible Blade Het Clown to a Pastel Leopard Clown.
Okay, nice. You're definitely the person to come see if you want some clowns, aren't you? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and there's just a few others. I've got a female clown that's ovulated. That's one I'm waiting to lay. She's gone to a blackhead, so I'm going to get my blackhead hets out this season, and hopefully some more female banana clowns.
Yeah, I need to up my clown game. So I had some decent bits and pieces which I got rid of because I wanted to put the money into my DG projects. So now they're up and running, and I've got what I wanted there. So I need to go back, and because I wasn't going to worry with clown, and then I was like, well, it would be stupid not to go double recessive route with DG clown, DG pied. So yeah, I'm looking, and I picked up a what did I pick up? A spot nose leopard 66% het clown the other day, male. So
yeah, nice.
I definitely need a female to put that to. So
I might be able to help you out this season.
No, that'll be next season.
I've got One Dutch recessive that I'm doing this season is I've got a yellow-belly pied girl, and I've put the pastel leopard clown boy into her, so I get my double heads out.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, it's the clown pied the goal eventually.
Yeah. Just ask Mr. Cutter about that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic animal last season, didn't he? An absolute cracker.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if he's still, I think it was a het-to-het pairing, I think.
It was, I think it was het-to-het. Yeah, I think I've had a conversation with him.
Amazing. What an absolute cracker, a stonker of an animal to come out. Like, you just, obviously that was his goal, and to hit it on your first, I think it might have been his first go. Good luck to him. What an animal. Brilliant. I wouldn't have said no.
Yeah, unbelievable. Kind of reminds me of, who was it in the States? Was it Matt Byron? Het-to-het pairing of the puzzle clown.
Right,
and he had a few eggs. They all went bad, and he was about to throw them all away, but he kept one. And he opened this one, and it was a puzzle clown. Yeah, from a het-to-het pairing.
What? And that's exactly what the hobby's all about. Amazing, isn't it? And you're right. You never ever would have thought you'd never, like you said, he was prepared to get rid of them all. So just goes to show you, you never know. I
listened to a podcast with him on. He said it was in the bin, and he got it back out of the bin and put it back in the incubator. And then
he won't do that again, will he?
Oh man, I think he sold it to Miguel in the end.
Did he?
Yeah. So he made a few quid on that.
No, I wouldn't have sold the animal. I sat on that.
Oh right, yeah. So it was Sunset Clown. Sunset Clown. Yeah. Right. I'm squirreling away with my army of het DGs. So I get it now. He's only jealous.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Seems like a bit of jealousy there.
Yeah, hard to come by these.
He's got some cracking animals, haven't he? Toby's got some cracking animals in his collection.
Yeah.
Last season, he done really well.
Yeah, he messaged me earlier saying he's got he's just had an ovulation, so he's well chuffed tonight.
What about his snake?
Can't call it an ovulation if you're by yourself.
Toby will call it whatever he wants. As long as it's not dog shit reptiles, he'll be all right.
Dog shit reptiles.
I've asked the boys to have a T-shirt done with it.
Yeah. You probably have flogged them out, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to walk around Donny with it on.
Yeah, exactly. You flog them all in the car park before you get in, I reckon.
Yeah. Especially in that queue. I'll have them all sold in the queue before everyone gets in.
Yeah. So, question I want to ask, I'm going to start asking this to every breeder I get on here. If you could go sit in a pub with any breeder you do not know at the moment and just have a chat about snakes, who would it be?
That I don't know.
Yeah, who you don't know. Just sit down, have a couple of pints.
Kabilka.
Yeah, I think most people would say Justin.
Yeah. Or Billy. He's hilarious, isn't he? You can imagine sitting down having a beer with him. It'd be bedlam, wouldn't it? He probably wouldn't end up talking about snakes. It'd just be carnage.
Yeah, probably would. Yeah. Do you watch a lot of his videos on YouTube and whatnot?
Not all the time. I've got my reminders, and when I've got time, I'll sit there and do it. But if I'm honest with you, once I've sat in the animal room and I'm doing that, I'm either talking to Frank or Carl or whoever else I'm talking to, and looking at pictures of snakes and thinking about my next project and thinking about this and looking at what my odds are and taking screenshots and just living the hobby.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. How many? So I said I've got a male seeing a lot of females this season. What would you feel comfortable? How many females would you feel comfortable letting a male see per season? So long as he's staying on food. 3, 4.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, it depends how he's performing and how the females are reacting.
Yeah.
To that male. yeah, 3 or 4 I'd be comfortable with. As long as he's eating and everyone's doing what they should be doing, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I had one pair in this season that I had to stop. I've got a female nuclear het clown, and I paired her to my Enchi clown, and she went off the feed straight away. And I paired her. They locked twice, and she just wasn't smashing the food. And I got a little bit concerned afterwards, and I've just left her alone and not paired her. I just left her be, but she's not giving me any signs. She's just doing her thing, not feeding. But I wasn't going to continue pairing her for risk of nothing good coming of it.
Right, I see. Yeah. Thought so. Toby's jealous. Mind you, like you say, he's got some crackers in his.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the last season, some of the animals he produced, ones that springs to mind was a banana silly. He had the ivory as well, didn't he? Was it the ivory leopard or something else he produced?
Yeah. I mean, I think everything in his rack's got leopard in it. We always have a joke about that. That yellow belly leopard is the king of yellow belly leopard. I think.
Cracking animal, stunning, absolute stunning animal visually in it to look at, and the genes is a powerful animal. Great animal in your collection.
I'd definitely steal a few out of his racks for sure.
Yeah.
He's another one I keep telling him to come on here, but he's not having it.
Has he not been on yet?
No. He's like, I'll do it when I've got some stuff to show. And I was like, right.
He did do a live not too long ago. I think he's done a couple of lives, hasn't he?
Yeah. That shocked me. That absolutely shocked me. He actually, because I jumped on it and he was like, "I'll come on in 10 minutes." I was like, he won't do that. And then he showed up. I nearly fell out of my chair.
He might grow a pair like I did and come on now.
Yeah, just see, Toby. It's easy. It's all fun. No, he's get him and Frank on together so they can hold each other's hand.
Yeah.
He's get Frank on now. No. You got both come on together.
Yeah, that leaves the pain for Toby. Frank will be the main action.
He's the undercard.
He looks like. I've got some pictures to show you. That oh, brilliant! He looks like so many celebrities. He's unreal. He looks like George Michael in one picture. What else? He sent me one the other night, and he looks like Bobby out of Towie. Mate, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal.
Have you ever considered doing YouTube or anything like that?
No.
No. Not your bag. No. Not even like, just showing off some of your snakes. Not even getting in front of the camera.
I wouldn't mind doing. I'll do a few lives like I am now. I'll do something like that, but I don't think I'll start up my own channel, doing my own thing. It's like you do it. It's time consuming. You've got to have the time to do it, and and then you've got to do the editing or what you need to do afterwards and all that. It's just a lot of time consuming. I mean, obviously, as my collection's growing, I need to spend more time with the animals and do whatever. It's something I've never really looked into. I mean, who knows? Never say never, and see what happens. But at this present moment in time, no, I'm not something I'm looking forward to.
It's funny because I've not got the collection some other people have got, so I struggle for like content. But then, if I did have the collection some people have got, I'd run out of time. Like you say, it is a bit time consuming.
Yeah, of course it is. You've got to give you time to come and do it, and then you've got to sit there and you've got to ask the questions and do what you're doing. And I suppose it's not easy to do what you do. You've got to try and get people on and sort it all out. So that's time consuming as well. I'm doing all right at the minute. Actually, I've got quite a few people lined up, but it's just trying to fit them in. I've got a few people from across the pond that have said yes, they want to come on, but then I've got to take the time into consideration. But no, basically, so what I said earlier,
run my own events company. So that's not been happening. So I've had to sort of get another part-time job, which sort of gets in the way of this a bit. So obviously when I start DJing again soon, I'm going to free up a load of time, and then I can sort of get them on when they want to come on, basically. But no, definitely some big names. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I look forward to them.
Yeah, definitely. So I've got one more question for you. Big scissors or little scissors?
What, sorry?
Big scissors or little scissors?
Little scissors.
Little scissors.
Yeah, with the rounded ends.
Okay, so do you like slice across the top, or like round in a C? Sort of the C section.
Really? Whatever takes my fancy on the day. So I'll roll the egg down. I'll wait for a couple of eggs to pip in the clutch first of all, and then I'm not comfortable cutting without seeing any pip. I won't do that.
Yeah.
Listen, everyone's different and each their own, and that just for me, it makes me feel comfortable. I think I've cut too early and that would worry me. So I'd rather just let them naturally do what they've got to do. But then I'll just roll them down, cut for the tops, and if I can't see what I think I can see, then I might open them up a little bit more.
Yeah.
So either or.
Yeah. If they got to day 60 and they still haven't pipped, would you cut them then?
No, I had some last season that went to 63, I think, 64, and that's when I found a few other breeders, and they was like, no, just
okay.
wait. Yeah, so a few that did go over, and because of last season, it's not broken, so I won't fix it unless I experience where a clutch is, because I haven't cut them early, and then I'll make that decision then. But for now, no, I won't run it a clutch early.
Okay. Everything picked the right last season, then eventually.
Yeah, no problems. I mean, I've seen it. I think Billy done one with the cord got wrapped around the snake. I mean, I've not experienced anything now, and I'm pretty sure I will do at some time, but I haven't as yet. And had to deal with anything like that. So
that's what happened in my first clutch, the surprise clutch as well. I had that. So I'm dealing with a clutch I didn't know was coming, and then eventually when I cut them, I think I cut them slightly earlier because I had a makeshift sort of incubator and that. I think I cut on day 53 or something like that. And yeah, one of them I had basically cord around his umbilical so tight they'd put it in a knot, so there was no way of actually getting him back out. So I had to like watch videos of how to cut it and then sort of like do a knot with like floss. And yeah, surprised I'm still doing this, to be fair, after the nightmare of my first clutch. But
and it all went well, and the animal survived, did it?
Yes, that did. Yeah. So I had that one, and then So I had that one, and I had an animal come out at 22 grams as well.
Yeah,
and that one made it as well.
Female, 23-gram female, and I had to assist feed her for the first 2 months, might be longer. But she'd only assist feed in my hand. If I assist fed her and put her back into the bra plus, she would spit it all the time until I actually held her in my hand, and then she consumed the pinky. But yeah, it was actually an amazing feed, to be fair, to actually hold her and watch her feed out of me from such a small. I mean, she didn't look like she was going to make it, but she's doing really well. She strike feeds all the time, and she's fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to her to growing and working with her.
Yeah, so I had to assist feed a banana cinnamon last season, and to me, I've assist feeded before, but obviously it was a year apart, so I had to sort of like get the knack of it again. So I was there. I probably gave up about 3 times. So like the 4th night, I was like, right, this is fucking happening. You will take this, and like eventually I got it down. I'm celebrating because I'm seeing his feet disappear down his neck, and all of a sudden come back out. I was like, you bastard.
I know, it's not nice, especially now they're so... Well, I'm heavy-handed, and it's such a small animal, and you're trying to just get the head in so they can get them starting feeding, and I'll worry I might snap its neck or crush its jaw, or... But it all went well.
They're so hardy, ball pythons, like, to what people actually think. Because I know when I first got into it, I was like, oh, it needs heat constantly and stuff like this. But they're like, they're so hardy animals. It's ridiculous, really. I mean, what made that point is did you see the video of when Billy got his animals back and they were cold and whatnot?
Oh, it's terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they all survived.
No, I don't think all of them did. I don't think.
Did they not?
I don't think so. No, I think that some of them were. I think some were. I saw some of them were kept moving that, but it's just like it's crazy what happened that day and what you see. And it's real life. It happened, didn't it? Hopefully, it doesn't happen again, but it has happened. I'm sure that wasn't the first time anything like that has happened.
No, there was one recently. It was Dave Palumbo. He was basically he had snakes that he knew weren't taking off or something. And he was like, if they stay there overnight, they're going to die. So he was like putting videos out and trying to get the attention of like the high hierarchy of like FedEx and stuff like that. And eventually he got someone to actually get the animals out for him because like the staff that were there were going, oh, we can't get them out now. Now they've gone in, we can't get them out. And he's like, but they're not moving, so you're sentencing them to death. And yeah, basically he got the attention of someone high up in FedEx and put an order into like getting them out as fast as possible. And they were all right. But that just goes to show like we sometimes look at the states and think, oh, that would be nice to, just chuck your animal in the post and whatnot. But then there's that side of it as well.
Would you do it? I wouldn't.
Personally, no. But then if someone wanted me to do it, then I would.
Yeah. But you take a risk with it, any courier, didn't you? I mean, look what's happened with the couriers over here. Even people that are registered couriers, and you've seen the horror stories on social media. And then that in fact, when all that come up, I was actually in the middle of couriering an animal for myself, and I was like, oh my God, what do I do now? And I don't know what to do. So I go and get the animal myself now. Can I trust any courier again? But you got to put your faith in people sometimes, haven't you? Otherwise, you end up driving all around the world to get your bloody animals and all up and down the country.
Yeah. But then, if you're driving, you get to meet people as well.
Yeah, but you can't do it at the moment, so it's a bit. So it's massively been like couriering your animals. I'm actually looking forward to it, and I really hope Donnie goes ahead because I'm looking forward to catching up with people that I just talked to on the phone. I actually want to meet up and have a drink and have a chat and shake hands once more.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah. Obviously, Donnie's supposed to happen when all the restrictions are done, but I don't know if that means we can actually shake hands or we still have to wear masks or who knows. But yeah,
you still have to. I think social distancing will be in place to a degree, but like as you see at the weekend or last week when it was relaxed a little bit, everyone was meeting over parks. It was about when the sun came out, when it was about 1,000 people next to each other. So no one listened to anything that's put in anyway. So it's going to be what it's going to be, innit?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Well, Andy, I appreciate you taking time out of your evening.
No, I've enjoyed it. Thanks for inviting us along.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And like I say, hope to see you, Donnie. We'll have a catch up, see what's going on, and then we'll have to try and coax a few other people on here next time you're on.
Yeah, no worries. Definitely.
Yeah. All right, mate. Take care.
Take care. Ta-ra, mate.
I'll catch you later, mate. Cheers, bye. Well, guys, awesome. Thank you to Andy. That was an awesome episode. So next week, I'm not sure if there will be a podcast next week. I've got something I have to take care of. But if I'm not on live, you've still got the option to listen to all my podcasts. They're on YouTube and they're on all where you get your podcasts from. Jan Rawls, thank you very much. Yeah, cheers, mate. So yeah, anyone you want to see on the podcast, anyone you think should be on the podcast who've got a lot of knowledge, drop me a message on Instagram. I'll try and get them on, see if they're up for it. But also make sure you follow us, either Twisted Royals on Instagram or Snake Room Podcast on Instagram to see when the next episode is up. and I'll keep you posted on there. Until then, guys, I'm out of